All right. So, yesterday we talked about an argumentative text, and exactly what does that mean? Remember, it's a text written to an audience, and they have a certain position or an idea that they want others to believe, or they feel is a valid opinion. Um, see what else. So we're going to read a book called today, The Day the Crayons Quit. And this is going to be an argumentative text. So as we're reading, I want you looking for what do you think the crayons, because the crayons are going to be the characters, so we know it's a fiction story. What are they claiming? Like, what are they trying to convince others to believe? Okay. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Hey, Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts at Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. So who is the speaker right now? Who is the person telling the story? So right now, in this letter, it was the crayon. Okay. Uh-oh, now it's going to change. Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and wizard hats, but it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. So they're all kind of complaining. Can you tell that so far? Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige and I am proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. It's not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners, if I'm lucky. And wheat, and let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon. Did you notice right here, because he said, because I am neither. So he didn't use either or neither. That's something we practice here in class, making sure we're using the correct word there. Homophobe. No, not homophobe. Duncan, Gray Crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants, and I know that elephants are gray, but that's a lot of space to color all by myself. And don't even get me started on rhinos, hippos, and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling all those things? Such big animals. Baby penguins are gray, you know. So are very tiny rocks, pebbles. How about one of those once in a while I give me a break? Your very tired friend, Gray Crayon. Dear Duncan, you color me with, but why? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you're using me on, white. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or to fill an empty space between other things. And it leaves me feeling, well, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon. It says White Cat in the Snow by Duncan. Hi, Duncan. I hate being used to draw the outline of things. Things that are colored in by other colors, all of which they think are brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw. Nice beach balls, and they fill in the colors of the ball with all the other colors. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon. They sure do have a lot of demands, don't they? Dear Duncan, as Green Crayon, I am writing for 2 reasons. One is to say I like my work. Loads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problems in which to congratulate you on a very successful, colorful things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friends Yellow Crayon, Orange Crayon, and who are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon, because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your friend, Green Crayon. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need you to tell Orange Crayon that I am the color of the sun. I would tell him, but we are no longer speaking. I can prove I'm the color of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color in the sun on your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brightly on the field of yellow corn, your pal, and the true color of the sun, Yellow Crayon. These crayons do not get along very well, do they? Dear Duncan, I see Yellow Crayon already talked to you, the big whiner. Anyway, would you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know I am clearly the color of the sun, because on Thursday, you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo. Orange, you glad I'm here? Haha, your pal and the real color of the sun, Orange Crayon. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color with this past year and the year before and the year before that. I've really enjoyed all those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is that I am so short and stubby I can't even see over the railing in the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. Duncan, okay, listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me to color in her Little Princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job of staying inside the lines. Now, back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur of monster or cowboy? Goodness knows they could use a splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. Dear Duncan, it's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my paper wrapping? Now I am naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. And an A+ for creativity. Okay, so let's talk about the day the crayons quit. We know that it was a fiction story. And this book kind of was in third person. The narrator kind of started and ended the book. But in each letter, the crayon was the speaker. So that one was kind of went back and forth of what point of view or who was telling the story. All right, so it says we want to think about who do we think that this book might have been written for? Like, who was the audience that they were trying to argue for? It says, who is the intended, that is the word it uses, who is the intended audience for the crayons letter? So, like, who were the crayons trying to write to? And I think you know who that was. They were trying to convince somebody, okay, The main idea that represents the point of an argument is the claim. I really want to talk about this word today, claim. So the claim is the main idea that represents the point of an argument. So what were the crayons claim, or what was the crayons claim? Like, what were they trying to claim to Duncan? I want you to think about that. What were they trying to convince Duncan of? And then when we have a claim, we always have to have evidence. And boy, did those crayons have some evidence. And each time, so they would give their reason why they were used too much or why they were quitting. But then they gave us evidence of why it wasn't good anymore or why they should or should not be used. So think about some of that evidence that they gave us. Okay, so you have a little exit ticket that you're going to do, and on that exit ticket you're going to answer some questions that kind of go along with this book. What were the crayons arguing about? Like, what was their argument? What was their claim? What were they trying to make a point of? And then what was their evidence? What proof were they giving that they should or should not be used anymore?